Evening, guys, and again, I am your host, Chi-Town Zone, and let's start this, guys. Of course, this is out of Breitbart News, where you're not going to want to miss this one, where the article here goes to read, if you give me just a second here. Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, Democrat of California, appears to be considering an idea Democrats have floated for several days of holding back the articles of impeachment to exercise leverage over the Senate and the president. Well, as many of you may already know, they are talking about it now. That Nancy Pelosi is considering and delaying in sending the articles of impeachment to the Senate. Well, why is that, of course? Is it because that she's nervous? Is it because that she knows that Republicans are going to exonerate President Trump of any wrongdoing? Why is it no surprise, that Nancy Pelosi is possibly delaying the articles of impeachment being sent to the floor of the Senate, of course? But the article here goes to further read, guys. That she has declined firmly to transmit the articles to the Senate on Wednesday evening after the House voted to impeach President Donald Trump. But the article reads, unfortunately for them, the Senate can act regardless and would vote to equate. That's because the Constitution is absolutely clear about the Senate's authority. Article 1, Section 3 says the Senate shall have the sole power to try all impeachments. So no worries, guys. President Trump is going to be equated. Republicans have already stated yesterday during the hearings that President Trump is going to be exonerated of any wrongdoing whatsoever. And mark my words, regardless of what happens, the Democrats know the Republicans are going to force them to testify. There is going to be a trial, guys. Make no mistake about it. But the article further reads here, the Chief Justice presides over the trial involving the president, but the Senate makes the rules, and the Senate is controlled by the Majority Leader, Mitch McConnell, Republican of Kentucky, who regards what the House has done with contempt. Absolutely, guys. We're going to have to continue to do our best to keep an eye on this, but there's no information on whether or not when Nancy Pelosi is expected to release these two articles right now. But the article here goes to read, guys, that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi on Wednesday evening wouldn't comment to delivering two approved articles of impeachment to the Senate amid Democrats' worries that Senate Republicans will move swiftly to acquit President Donald Trump. Well, see what I mean? They already know. They are terrified because they know that the Republicans are going to exonerate President Trump of any wrongdoing, and they are going to be forced to testify. Things are definitely starting to look interesting, guys, as I've said. But, no worries, guys. But the article here reads, we'll make the decision as a group, as we always have and as we always go along, Pelosi told reporters following the partisan impeachment vote. But the article reads, so far we haven't seen anything that looks fair to us, she added. Of course this whole thing is not fair at all. Look just how desperate the Democrats are. They want to accuse President Trump of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. Look how, they refused to let the Republicans cross-examine the whistleblower. They denied Republicans subpoenas to have Hunter Biden testify, and the list goes on, guys. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up, but the Democrats want to talk about, unfair? I mean, you just can't make this stuff up, guys. But the speaker comments echoed concerns raised by House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer, Democrat of Maryland, who said earlier Wednesday that he's heard chatter about keeping the impeachment articles in the House until the upper chamber agrees to a so-called fair trial. Well, what is a so-called fair trial, guys? I mean, they know that this whole thing is that the Republicans are going to hold a fair trial and the Democrats are going to be forced to testify, but in reality is they don't want to, guys, because they are scared. But of course, again, I will be leaving links in the description box below where you can read further into this yourselves, guys. But as always, I am your host, Chi-Town Zone. And with that being said, for those of you watching again for the first time, do subscribe and be sure to hit that little notification bell. And with that being said, God bless and do stay tuned.